Why does anything exist instead of nothing? Ah, the question of all questions. Why did I create all that is, the heavens and the earth, the seen and unseen, the vast cosmos and every speck of dust in its corners? Let me speak plainly. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. I am the I am. There was never a nothing before me, for I have always been. I am existence itself. For what is nothing? Is it a void, an emptiness? No, nothing has no meaning without something. Without me, there would be no question of existence, no thought of it, no concept of it. I am the one who gives meaning to everything. Before I formed the world, before light and darkness, before time began its march, I existed, timeless, eternal, and complete. Yet, I chose to create. Why? Because existence itself is a reflection of my nature. I am a god of life, of creation, of abundance, and of love. Love cannot be contained. It must be expressed. I created because I desired to share my glory, to manifest my power, to let light shine forth from darkness, to let life spring from dust, to speak into the void and bring forth the wonder of the universe. And you, with your brief and transient lives, question why anything exists at all. You seek a reason, a cause, a purpose, as if there could be any reason beyond me. I created because it is my nature to create, because I am a God who delights in life, who revels in the infinite possibilities of existence. Why does anything exist at all instead of nothing? Because I willed it to be so. Because I am that I am. And what I will stands forever.
You are watching the Tales of the Savannah. Subscribe and be part of the tribe. Now let's get back to the story.
Are there other forms of life or dimensions beyond what we can perceive? Think of the universe as far more complex than what you can see or measure. Just as your body is made up of layers, muscles, bones, and organs, each serving a different purpose, so is my creation. It is deep, intricate, and carefully ordered, far beyond what you may currently understand. The world you know is made up of 3 dimensions of space and 1 of time. But there are higher dimensions beyond these, places where life and reality exist in ways that are different from what you know. In these dimensions, the rules of nature, like gravity and time, might not work the same way. Each dimension has its own unique life forms and experiences. Some of these beings are more advanced than humans, with senses and abilities that let them see things you cannot yet perceive. Some truths remain hidden from you because you are not yet ready to understand them. As I have said, my thoughts are not your thoughts. Neither are your ways my ways. What you see now is only a fraction of what truly is. Some fortunate individuals have experienced what I speak of. In 2 Corinthians 12, 2-4, the Apostle Paul describes being caught up to the third heaven and encountering realities beyond human comprehension. Similarly, in 2 Kings 6:17, Elisha prays for his servant's eyes to be opened to see the spiritual dimension around them. Then Elisha prayed and said, "O Lord, please open his eyes that he may see." So the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire all around Elisha. These moments provide a glimpse into the unseen realities that exist beyond your ordinary perception. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. Why do we experience time in a straight line? Does time have a start and an end? Time as you know it flows like a river, from past to present to future, because that is how I designed it for you. You experience time in a linear way because it helps you make sense of your existence, learn from your experiences, and make meaningful choices. Living in a sequence of moments allows you to grow, to build relationships, to learn, and to seek purpose. I created time as part of the universe with a beginning and an end. I set time into motion when I spoke, "Let there be." And it started to unfold from that point. I am beyond time. To me, 1,000 years are like a day, and a day like 1,000 years. Time does not limit me, it serves my purposes. I exist outside of time, seeing all moments at once. You, on the other hand, experience time as a journey, a path that gives you direction and a way to understand life. Without this flow, life would be chaotic, with no sense of past or future. Yes, time has a beginning and an end. I began it, and I will decide when it reaches its conclusion. There is a time coming when the universe as you know it will change, when time itself will be fulfilled and will no longer be needed. Then you will understand what it means to step into eternity, beyond the bounds of time. Until then, each moment is valuable, a chance to grow, to learn, and to seek what is truly meaningful. Time is a gift for your growth and understanding, guiding you toward a greater purpose. And the ultimate question on existence is, what happens when an individual dies? When you die, it is not the end, but a transition, a step from one state of existence to another. Your physical body may return to the earth, but your soul, the essence of who you truly are, continues on. I created you as more than just flesh and bone. I breathed into you a spirit, a part of myself that cannot be destroyed by physical death. Death is a doorway, not a final destination. When you cross that threshold, you enter into a reality beyond what you know in this life. It is a place where you are no longer bound by time, space, or the limitations of the physical world. In that realm, you will come face to face with the fullness of truth, the depth of love, and the light of my presence. What happens next depends on the choices you made in your life and the direction of your heart. I see beyond your actions to your intentions, your struggles, your pain, and your love. I know every part of you, and I judge with both justice and mercy. Those who have sought me, who have pursued love, truth, and goodness, will find themselves drawn closer to me, into a place of peace that surpasses all understanding. For some, this passage may be challenging. It may involve facing the truths you denied, the love you rejected, or the wrongs that need healing. But I do not seek to condemn. I seek to restore, to renew, to make whole. I offer every soul a path toward reconciliation, a chance to be embraced by my love, to find the completeness that may have eluded them in life. Ultimately, death is not something to be feared, but understood as a part of the journey I have set before you. It is an opportunity to move beyond the veil of this world into the fullness of reality, where all that is hidden is revealed and all that is broken can be made whole. Know this, I am with you in life and I am with you in death. Nothing can separate you from my love, not even the end of your earthly existence. When you pass from this life, you come into my presence, where you will finally see and know all things as they truly are. There is the issue of reincarnation that you discuss among yourselves. Yes, there is a process in which a soul may return to live again in a new body, learning and evolving through multiple lifetimes. I have given you life, and I have also given you the freedom to explore different understandings of existence and the journey of the soul. But the reason I do not speak much about this or encourage this conversation is because I want you to focus on the life you have now, to live it to its fullest. To put aside this present life for the expectation of something else, something new, would be to miss the opportunity I have given you here and now. What if that something else you embrace turns out to be more challenging than the life you currently have? Know this, at the end of your life there are choices and paths available to you. Your soul will never die, for your soul is part of me, and I am part of you. It is eternal, and in that eternity there are always possibilities. But for now, embrace the life you have, live it fully, and trust that there is purpose in the here and now. I will end our questions here for now, as I see you have much to ponder. Let these thoughts stir within you, challenge you, maybe even frustrate you. That is where growth begins. Next time, we will delve into your questions about human life, suffering, pain, and everything in between. While you wait, watch these videos. They offer familiar stories with a fresh perspective. Until then, remember that I am always with you, watching over you with a love that is boundless and all-encompassing. And as always,
Thank you for watching our story, and we hope you enjoyed it. What lessons did you draw from this story? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and be part of the tribe. Thank you for watching The Tales of the Savannah. We will see you next time in the Savannah.